You might be losing hundreds each month and not even realize it. Old subscriptions, overpriced bills, quiet spending leaks. Rocket Money claims to fix all of that automatically, but does it actually save you money or just cost you more of it? Well, I tested it for months. I dug into the real Rocket Money reviews, and by the end of this video, you'll know whether or not it's worth using and what you should avoid. So, here's the thing. Whenever I'm actually testing out a money app, I don't just trust the company pitch, like all their crazy statements that they put on their website, right? Like, it's not accurate. I actually dig into what the real users are saying. And with Rocket Money, I started where I always do, the 1-star reviews. One Rocket Money review that stood out to me was a guy who said that Rocket Money promises to cancel unwanted subscriptions, but that it couldn't do it without him handing over usernames and passwords for accounts that he didn't even realize that he had. He seemed pretty frustrated. Now, I get that. Like, if you're signing up to save some time and money and you're handing over sensitive info just to cancel a subscription, it kind of defeats the purpose if you don't remember your password, you don't remember your accounts. You know, they were all old accounts. Like, how is it actually supposed to cancel the subscription now? But to be fair, Rocket Money actually replied to this comment. They explained that some companies simply don't let third parties cancel subscriptions directly, even with permission. So it actually would need the passwords and usernames in those circumstances. So when that happens, Rocket Money provides you the exact steps that you need to cancel it yourself. They also told this guy that they didn't think that he should be paying for the premium version if it didn't work for him, and they even offered him a refund. To me, that response felt really human, and it was nice. And that kind of thing matters. Plus, from what I've seen, and I've been using the Rocket Money app for it, this kind of issue is the exception, not the rule of using it. Because on the flip side, many users in the reviews are actually talking about how they were saving hundreds of dollars by the platform. One user mentioned how Rocket Money helped her save money without even thinking about it. She loves the out-of-sight, out-of-mind approach to savings, and the reminders too for when bills were due. It actually helped her catch a forgotten subscription before it drained her account. I looked at some other reviews too, and another user here had problems with duplicate transactions showing up, and instead of giving the usual, "oh, we forwarded this to our dev team" response, Rocket Money actually fixed it without him having to do anything. So that kind of response time and that kind of hands-on support, it's pretty rare. From what I've discovered, Rocket Money's user ratings hold up really well. There are some rough patches, like in any app. Looking at the reviews, you know, there's 1 stars, there's 2 stars, but overall, users are getting real value and actual help, and the amount of positive reviews really reflects that. But alright, the reviews gave me hope, but I actually needed to test the actual features themselves, right? I didn't just install it and poke around either. I connected my real bank accounts, I tracked real bills, and I let it negotiate on my behalf. And here's what stood out to me. So, let's start with the security side of this, because, you know, let's be honest, connecting your financial data to an app can feel a bit risky. So, is Rocket Money safe? Well, here's what you should know. Rocket Money never stores your bank login information, and learning that was a huge relief for me. All of that sensitive data is handled by Plaid, which is basically the industry standard for secure bank connections, and I've used it plenty in other programs. If you've used other fintech apps, you've probably used Plaid without even realizing it. They're pretty tight with security. And every bit of data between your phone and Rocket Money servers is encrypted with up-to-date TLS protocols. Translation, you're not sending your info across the web unprotected, no one else is getting it, it's protected. But alright, now I want to talk about the magic side of things, and that's the bill negotiation, right? So this is the part that I was the most skeptical about. Rocket Money claims to lower your bills for you in actual real time by negotiating directly with your providers over the phone, right? So I submitted one of my internet bills through the app, and within a few hours, they had already started talking to my provider. They knew the right promos, they got a discount applied, and they emailed me the update. I didn't have to sit on hold or talk to anyone or spend hours just trying to get this done. That alone, I think, was worth trying premium for. Linking up my bank account and my credit cards was also like pretty simple. Now I've actually tried Mint, Empower, and even YNAB at one point, but I think that Rocket Money's layout is more simple in the best way. You connect your accounts, and it gives you a bird's eye view of all of your spending and everything in your money life, right? Like, nothing flashy here, but it works. Like, I could clearly see where I was bleeding cash, and I could adjust accordingly. And here's where it gets a little more tailored too, and that's the Safe to Spend widget. So this thing sits right on my home screen, and it updates in real time. It tells me exactly how much I can safely spend today without overdrawing or going off budget. It's not some vague balance number either. It factors in bills, savings goals, and my past spending habits. Honestly, this has helped me avoid so many impulse purchases. I just look at it, it's like, oh, I can't get it, I'm right over. So, if you're sharing finances with a partner, Rocket Money has the feature for that too. So premium users can link accounts with a spouse or roommate so you can both see the same dashboards, bills, budgets, and saving targets. It's like collaborative money management without spreadsheets and arguments. Creating a budget in Rocket Money was surprisingly intuitive. I didn't need an extra course to figure it out. So whether you're on desktop or mobile, you just plug in your income, you set some limits, and Rocket Money starts tracking everything for you. It nudges you like a little bit when you're off track, and it celebrates the small wins too, which, let's be real, helps more than it should. One thing that did confuse me early on though was the credit score that they showed me. It didn't actually match the one that I saw on Credit Karma, which I use to track my credit score, but it turns out that's actually pretty normal. Rocket Money pulls a FICO score, while the other platforms might use Vantage Score or something else. It depends on what kind of loan you're applying to as well, so different FICO versions apply. They actually explain all this in the help section if you want to check that out. So if you're seeing different scores between different apps, it's not a glitch, it's literally just a different model that they use to calculate the score. Now, compared to other tools like Quick and Simplify or Mint, Rocket Money may not have the most advanced investment tracking, but it does combine what most people actually need, budgets, savings, bill negotiation, into that one super simple platform. So is Rocket Money worth it? Well, as someone who's actually using it, yeah, it is. That said, no tool is flawless, and Rocket Money isn't either. I've been using it for a while, and if I had to point out maybe one downside, it's probably that Premium does most of the heavy lifting there. Like, sure, you can use the free version to budget and see spending summaries, but if you want automated savings, bill negotiation, and subscription cancellations, even like the account sharing part, that's locked behind Rocket Money Premium. Now, for some people, that's gonna feel like a paywall, but honestly, if you're serious about cleaning up your finances and having them do work for you, the value is clear. It saved me more in the first month than the subscription cost itself. And I haven't had any surprise charges or hard to cancel drama like some of the other apps, right? So when it comes to the actual cost of the app, Rocket Money doesn't try to hide the fact that most of its power features are in the premium version. And while the cost might feel a little steep if you're only using it for, the basic budgeting and, the simple stuff, I actually think it's more than fair if you're taking advantage of the negotiation, the cancellation, and the account sharing features. It's the kind of tool where the more you put into it, the more you actually get back. So if you're just casually checking your budget once a week, you might not get the full value. But if you're ready to automate savings, slash some bills, and finally feel on top of your finances, then Premium makes sense. And Rocket Money occasionally runs promos and discounts too, so check that link in the video description for their current pricing plan and any available promos going on. We'll keep that updated so you always get the best deal. Well, at the end of the day, Rocket Money helped me stop wasting money that I didn't actually realize I was spending. It's clean, it's secure, and it's surprisingly helpful. It's not perfect, but for me, it's been worth it. If you're curious, give it a try and see what it catches for you. Check the link in the description of this video to get started with our special discount and coupon.